Hi everyone, this is Kelly from The Truth in Story, and today I am doing a daily Embrace the Magical video. I did not do one yesterday because I took a complete day off yesterday, which was lovely. I don't do it enough. I didn't do any regular work. I didn't do any readings. I didn't really do any social media. And I just took an actual day off, and that was much needed, and felt fantastic. I try to do Monday or Tuesday as a day off because when you work from home, both just like both of my jobs, so to speak, my business as well as my job. When you work from home, you do run the risk of just always working. You really don't take solid days off, and that's something I found my first year. And let me turn my phone off. And so I really try to do it. And what I end up doing usually is having little partial days off, but I am trying to work in like one complete and utter day off. So I was quite happy with myself because I'm not very good at it. So today, I'm just doing a little mix of things here. I have been, as you can see, my mess, I've been working on, well, let's look at this stuff first, and then I'll show you, I'll just do an update. I was going to update my whole Midori because I've done got a lot set up. However, I have a couple things coming that I ordered that are coming tomorrow. So on tomorrow's video, I'll do an update of my actual Midori and how that is going, because it's going really well using that as a bullet journal. But I'll update that tomorrow. Today I'm just going to update my little book of divination, or my little white book. But look at these I found real quick. How cute are these? So these were actually in the Halloween section, which is kind of surprising because these do have spiders on it, but these are just bottles. Like, these don't have to be Halloween. But they were in the Halloween section at Michael's, which means they were 50% off. So I like finding bottles. Plus I found these just because I have a couple of things to send to a couple people, and I thought, how sweet would that be to slide this. It's just like, it's probably gonna break, to be honest. I think it's made to more glue. Ooh, maybe I'll glue. I have a book. One of my books is going to be my book of methods and magic. I think I might glue my book of methods and then have this magic like that. How awesome will that look? Oh yeah, I'm going to be doing that shortly. So one of those is for that. I was just going to slide, they were again on sale. I was going to just slide them in with a couple things, but I really feel like that's just going to snap. Oh, we shall see. They were like nothing, so why not? So magic, magic, magic. So I picked those up. What I went to do is get, I went to Michael's to use my coupon. I know it's just for this, but you know, I can only get them at Michael's, and I might as well use my coupon because I had one. I had bought a pack of these for my bullet journal, my little white book. But I'm doing so much lining and filling out that I feel like this is going to be sucked dry quickly. So I picked up a backup one. And so then while I was there, of course, you can never just walk out with just a single pen, can you? How ridiculous. But look at these little bottles. See, I'm going to use these because I make, like, I do these sets of charms, which I'm going to put on my shop, but after the full moon, because I have to make a couple up at the full moon. This is a personal one that I keep on my table, but with geomancy sigils, and then these have different herbs, and it has as well as some stone chips, crystal chips and things of that nature. So I love doing those kind of things. But I thought, how wonderful. I'm going to get some, I'm really big on Himalayan salt. So I'm going to, look at how cute these are. Can you see how cute these are? So I can fill them, you know, with some Himalayan salt for you know, drawing away negativity and things. I can fill them again with herbs and little bits and little crystals, especially that nice wide mouth one. And then I will seal that up And that is going to be kind of a little gift for like an intention setting, a little spell setting. Oh, how adorable. Look, I got 3 little fat ones. If there would have been another one, I probably would go back and get it because they're so cute. And then there are 4 of these kind of taller ones. This one you won't be able to see anything. Gold, obviously you won't be able to see through them. The white you'll be able to see a little in there, which I quite like. But, you know, again, they were 50% off. I'm not going to be choosy. And then look what I got to put around them. Because again, these were 50% off too because they were in the Halloween section. And look, I told you I have been being... Spider symbology has been very strong for me, and I've learned a lot about it being creative and about active and creating energy. And so I'm embracing the spider. But look how cute these are. There's 2 sizes. Look, it's just a little gold spider web with a little spider hanging off of it. Those are a little bit big. I could use those for something else. But look at these little bitty ones. Oh, they're so cute. And it comes with little, you know, some twine to wrap it around the bottle. And then just have that on there just with like what it is. Just a key phrase for its purpose. How adorable is that? And how cute is that sitting on your shelf and bringing good intentions to you? I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love little things like this. Plus I can do the same thing with these for the ones that might have some to send out to a friend. And even that I can put a little thing on there with whatever, you know, it's for abundance or whatever it is. Maybe one of the bigger ones actually for those. So anyways, I couldn't resist it, and since the little spiders aren't creepy, but they're gold weaving abundance spiders, creating abundance spiders, then what's better than that? Let me grab this. Whilst we're at it, let me just chop off because I don't need all of that. And anyway, so I just wanted to show you that because I thought they were so cute, and that gives you ideas of ways in which you can set little intentions and things. Oh, like I showed you in the one video, but you know, with little bottles and such. So yes, those I picked up today, and that makes me very, very happy. Now, do I try to put these back in here? Let's see. Let's just see, shall we? It'd be better for them surviving if I could. Okay, there we go. Oh, then I took that out. You're like, really? Do you have to do this on camera? But there we go. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. That is going to be a lovely fun. Here's just 2 extra of these. This one's going to go on my one journal. Oh yeah. So there's that, and of course my pen. And my scissors. Been getting lots of work out. So has my whiteout, unfortunately. Okay, so let me show you this. So if you remember from the other video, I have a little white book that stays on my reading table. But I've kind of figured out what I liked, figured out what I wanted access to, and all that. And I wanted something that was a little bit bigger. And also that, again, my intention was to have it in, be able to pop it in my Midori and have all my divination notes in one place, along with this one, which is going to be, which is a lighter color, so this might even pop more. This is going to be my methods, book of methods, like Benabel Wens did, but I'm going to have book of methods and magic. And look how cool that will be. And this is going to be more, you know, what I actually do. This is going to be much more grimoire, but no, I wouldn't call it that because I'm not a witch. But I thought that would be really neat looking. How cool will that look? So these 2 will go together and probably stay on my desk unless for some reason I want to bring them with me. I've got a sketchbook coming for daily sketching. But again, once that's done, tomorrow I will show you like an update of that. But So I have been doing this, and I did a little video on Instagram kind of updating what I've done so far, but I thought I would show you on Instagram. So this will eventually have, you know, a title. Well, it is my book of divination. Here's my index, all that I've put in here so far. Some of these you saw. I'm just going to go through it real quick. This is going to be my tarot section, general tarot. Right now I just have the Fountain Tarot's two or one word thing. I quite like those. I look them up a lot, so I like having them in here. I don't really put a lot about tarot in my little white book because it's just, you know, in my head. I just pull from it as I want. But again, this is eventually also for Katie, so she has my key information on things. So that's all that. Then I go into the minors. I've got the numbers, I've got the court information, and then I've got a page for each of note to self. When you use whiteout, these microns do not seem to dry on there. But I now have a little ballpoint with the basic colors at least. And I've been using that and it works better, so I'm going to re-white that out and put that on. Sorry for the road noise. It's such a beautiful windy day out. I can't stand to shut the door, and this isn't like a tutorial. So anyways, water and earth, and this is for Dreams of Gaia because of course that is a different major arcana. So I have the stages. I squeezed choice up here because I wasn't thinking and I didn't have an extra line, and I really, choice kind of speaks for itself. There's literally just going to be a quick phrase to focus in, or quick keywords, and then I have two suits per page. Again, just really key stuff to show that sort of the differences there. It's something I intend to be working with forever, and so it gets its own section. This is a list of the Minciotti majors because there are extra majors in the Minciotti deck. The minors are the same as what I would read for Marseille, but there are extra majors, those being the four virtues: hope, prudence, faith, and charity, the four elements: fire, water, earth, and air, the signs of the signs of the zodiac. The ones in black are the ones that we associate with traditionally, which I have a little key thing here. And of course we have the Fool who stands outside. But so yeah, this is just a kind of reminder of the extra, because they obviously don't have their names on the cards, but they have their numbers in Roman numerals, and if I forget what it is, I can look it up. This is my Marseille, which is probably the most compact. Well, Deste is pretty compact. But I've got the card, the major it's associated with, and then the numerology, like what is that numerology with that here, as well as the page night Queen and King basic information. This is a chart that has the numbers plus the element and then a keyword. So 2 with the element of air makes boundaries. 2 plus the element of fire makes crossroads, duality, partnership. So that's sort of a chart like that. These are all from Bendov. He has lots of information on his website. If you look at my Marseille video on reading the minors, it has link. Well, a lot of my links got lost, but I might have to replace that in there. But anyways, this is colors. When you're using traditional Marseille decks, the colors can mean certain things. So I have that on there. And then I have directionality for Marseille. So when you're using pip cards, like going bottom to top, it goes from past to future, early stage to later stage. So for example, for the 7, right, you have the number 4, which is stability, but then it's breaking free into movement of the number 3. So it's that first stage and the movement stage. Movement goes this way when you're reading the pips. And then how you would read the quartz and other things, where you have the head, the heart, the pelvis, and the feet. You're looking at what those things are doing and where they're looking at. You have at the bottom half being basic function, body and desire, upper half being reason and emotions, and then you have also a movement, left half being the past or retraction. Which way is it retracting or looking to the past? Which way is expanding and looking to the future? So this just sort of is directionality there. I just printed off and glue sticked those images on. And then I have Lenormand, just quick keywords. I still have to go back and finish putting the card numbers. I forgot I didn't finish that. I still have to do that all the way through with the Playing Card Association. So all the way through to 36. And then this is how I do my grand tableaus, which is the 4x9, so 4 rows of 9 cards. And so these are the house positions. So if I get stuck on what a house is, I can quickly look that up. Over here we have the extra cards for the maybe Lenormand, and the fact that this is part of the Takalis. Somebody gave me the link to how to say that correctly, but I didn't look it up before this. And the Whitman Old Gypsy Fortune Telling, so it kind of lets us know, and really a little bit, at least one a Kipper as well. Just kind of letting the source of these extra cards. And then I have squeezed at the very bottom here the positive, positive, neutral, 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 negative, and negative chart for the basic Lenormand cards, because I like to have that reference, especially if I'm doing mentoring with someone over Lenormand. That tends to help people, so I wanted that to be in here, so I squeezed it in here. This is covered up because that is that's some extra cards that is not mine to show, and so that I'm still kind of working with them with a blank deck, and so I have that there. I also have the traditional, this is traditional as well, but you mostly know this, right? So this is an 8x4 plus 4, just so I have the houses there. I don't use this very often, A, because I actually learned on this one, and B, because this shows much better on my reading table when because usually almost always grand tableau readings are videoed, and so it just fits better on my table that way. So that's all Lenormand. And then we go to Kipper. So here we have Kipper, and you can see I have red starred the masters, just so that information is there. These are the 3 extra Ciro Marchetti ones, because I do use those in my Kipper readings. And then this is a Kipper grand tableau, not with the extra 3. If I'm going to do a grand tableau, it's probably not going to have that extra 3, because it would be with one of my traditional decks. So it has the houses here, and then I have just a list of the masters. I also used the community card from Ciro Marchetti as a master card if I'm using that deck, which I usually am for that style of card counting, and that's just so I can quickly reference that if I needed to. This is a list of my charms in my charm casting set. The ones in blue is a full Lenormand set. And then these purple ones are extra ones. So these are what all my charms are. This is my Deste. I was dreading doing this. I've just worked on this today. I'm not entirely finished, but because Deste has a lot of breakdowns. And so this is the Deste goddesses here, as well as the element. So the 4 spirits based on the elements, the 4 element cards or gem cards, the 4 horses based on the element, and then I squeezed in here the significator just so I know those, because I had a little extra room there. This is the court, so the princesses, the queens, the princes, and the kings. And of course, because Deste uses reversals, I have regular and reversed here. And these are the core cards, which are similar to Lenormand. So I have them all mapped out, but my hand is very tired today, so I was like, okay, you're done. Once my hand feels a little bit better, I will finish filling those in black, and I'm going to put an image of each of the elements down here. I'll print a picture of the elements there, just because I had extra space, and sometimes I forget what they are. And then this, in terms of Deste, is the actual reading with all the basic information that I need or like to have. It's basically everything that is on my handouts. That's basically what I've done. So everything on my handout that you can print off. This is printed off smaller, but it's usually 4 pages. Everything that is on that is in my book of divination. so that then everything you need to know about playing cards on one page. Now, obviously, I've read playing cards for a very long time, so this is just that key stuff that truthfully, you can, if you have an understanding of the elements, and you understand the cycle of the pip cards, you understand what the suits are, you understand what the courts mean, you understand the combinations of black and white if you want to do those quick ones where you're not even paying attention to the card. It really is just about everything you need to know about playing cards on one page. Love it. And then next up will be my astronomy page, which I'm actually really excited about because, let me show you. It's one of my favorite pages. This is actually in my information one, but it's going in here because I'm doing all in one. So look at how awesome that is. But this is about impossible for me to read because I don't have good eyesight and I don't always have my glasses on. So look at, I'm going to be able to make it so much bigger and actually be able to read it. So I'm quite excited about putting this on and probably even have some room for some keywords on each of the signs and each of the planets, and then of course have this chart at the bottom. So I love this because you reference this quite a lot, and so having it larger is going to be very helpful. So I'm excited to have that next. I'm trying to not allow myself to move on until I finish one because otherwise I never would have done the Deste. But you can see that I did actually, well, this is Deste. I did actually do this playing card one instead of finishing that. So I have to go back. I won't do anything else until I finish this. But I think for today I'm done. So that's going to be astronomy. I still have my geomancy figures, geomancy information, geomancy the chart. Actually, I'll split it in half and do just a small image of the shield chart and the house chart. And then on to, because that's kind of more runey, sigilly stuff. The geomancy, the oghams, and the runes will be for that. And that's all I have mapped out. I will see if anything else, but it leaves me room for, so for example, this is the Lenormand star spread. This is Embrace the Magical spread. This is the energetic check-in spread. So it leaves me, I go for spreads from backwards to forward because that way I'm leaving stuff here in case I want something else to add in here. And I still have more, I just haven't mapped any further. But that's pretty much, in terms of divination, once that's in, that's pretty much the core of things. So yes, I'm so happy with how it's turning out. Yeah, I'm really happy with how it's turning out. And so then I have it all indexed. So Tarot, Dreams of Gaia, Minciati, Marseille, Lenormand, Kipper, Charm Casting, Deste, and playing cards so far. So I'm up to page 30. I am numbering the pages so at the corners so that they're numbered. And yeah, there is where I am with my little white book. I'm thrilled with it. Yes, I love it. I love it. Eventually, again, I will have something on the front. I have it in here, but not here yet. So there we go. Enough rambling about that. I did want to, I have no clue what timing we're at, but that's okay. We're just doing a little rambly one. I did find this today. I don't know if I said that. I want to have a really good gel one, but I found this. I haven't seen a Bic one nearby, but this is a Papermate Ink Joy Quattro. I don't do a whole lot with 1 millimeter, size. I'm much more of a fine print, but I have to say I have used this a bit in my bullet journal when I needed something. Anyways, I'll talk about that more tomorrow, but I do like it. There are some refillable gel ones that you can get in all different points, and so eventually I'm definitely going to order one of those, but that's for tomorrow. Put these away. So yes, my reading table has definitely been taken over by Little White Booking. And this just fits right in my little space next here. I know, I am a complete geek. I am well aware of it. I did want to, so yesterday was Crossroads, right? And I didn't do yesterday's cards because I was having a day off, and I should have at least just done my draw, but I didn't. So I thought, I'm doing Dreams of Gaia with my draws, but I really liked the thought of this, so I'm just going to do this here and now, because I just thought it's kind of neat to do for a Crossroads spread, right? So I'm just finding the Crossroads. I'm probably past it. You're all probably saying, yeah, already passed. There it is. So here we have a Crossroads, right? So I thought it would be fun to sort of pull 2 cards for each of the, you know, the 4 directions, and that kind of it being a neat little spread when there's when you're kind of stuck. We can look to the past and we can look to the future moving forward, and these like almost 3 directions, and then how maybe the past. I don't know. I just thought of it while I was sitting around. I thought that would be kind of fun. So I just thought we would test it out together as my Crossroads, because we're embracing the magical. You know what? I can zoom back out now. I forgot I was so zoomed in. There we go. There we go. So I just thought we would do it together as for yesterday's, since I didn't do it. Truthfully, I should probably pull the significator cards, but we're just going to roll with it. So we're standing here at the crossroads. We're at a crossroads moment. What are some information about different ways that we could go? And you know, you could do 3 cards for each of them, or I'm just going to do 2 cards, because that's just what came to my mind. So I'm going to start with the past and pull 2 cards. We have difficulty and things changing, that lightning bolt. So this is difficulties, this is combativeness, this is obviously dueling, that kind of 5. So I think of the number 5 with this one. I know it's got a 2 of clubs on it, but it's got that kind of energy of disruption, sort of breaking the pattern. So it feels like, you know, like a 5 of swords or the 5 of wands, that kind of energy. The rapiers feel like that to me, as well as that sudden change, right? So, but this is a change, hopefully, and knocking that kind of energy out, right? And so then I'm going to look at different ways. So look at, we have above recognition and fun and joyousness. So that's a good thing, right? Below we have the lion, which is strength, but we have a shattered strength here, right? So this path here would be possibly taking us to a shatteredness to our sun. That isn't necessarily just strength. Well, here, let's look. I think of Leo, the lion, as sort of that masculine energy of the bear, which I think of a little bit more as feminine. So this is that more active strength, but it is also to do with our groupings. Let's just see here. So this is number 38. Ruler, protector, can be a predator and can also be our clan, and there is a sense of things shattering here. So, you know, that's not a direction we want to go in, is it? And obviously this is best done if you have a couple options. I would still use this as sort of the past, because of how is that influencing moving forward, and you could use this as you could use this 3 as 3 possible options. You know how sometimes there's option spreads. You know, if I go, and you would actually need to beforehand say, okay, this is for this option, this is for this option, and this is for this option. And then you would see which option you would prefer to go with, right? Here we have a kind of a repetitive sense of isolation and being drawn back. So truthfully, at the moment, the best way, it looks like it's going up. Upward, my friend, upward, my friends. Of course, this wasn't an actual reading, because this is, we would have to put some options out there. But say you were, you know, looking, I've had this before, where I've had readings where they were, you know, people have asked, they've got multiple pathways and they're just not sure which way to go. This would be the way to go. You know, which you would put sort of each one, or let's say you had some options amongst people. this, and this might be options. You have some business opportunities and not sure. You could just use it in terms of directions, because this is all about having choices. Sometimes we have decisions in a variety of ways. So I would also you could also use this as a needing to make decisions, right? And I would use elementally fire and air and water and earth because of geomancy. And so I would see decisions in terms of my passions and those kinds of artistic things, creative endeavors here, decisions that involve the mental realm and a way we're communicating, decisions and emotional decisions, as well as kind of work and everyday resource decisions. And then you could do 2 for each. So I think there's different things you could do with this depending on what options you were looking to do. And I don't know, I was just thinking of it whilst I was sitting around and thought, yeah, let's just stick that up there and see how that might work out. So for example, so that was just kind of one way if you have multiple decisions or directions you could go in. But let's say we do it like I was saying and use the elements involved. I know this is probably getting to be much longer of a video than I was looking to do, but so we're looking at decisions that may need to be made in various aspects of life, right? So up here for me would be fire. That one just wants to show up. Or I just didn't shuffle very well, but there's some discord in the realm of creativity and some isolation and a step back. This certainly reflects my current state. I have not been filling my bucket. I have not been doing enough artistic things. I'm trying to do that every single day, and I have not. Some of it was disrupted because of my mom's illness and being in the hospital, although I did actually do some in the hospital. I took my watercolors and things, but I haven't done a pastel painting since then, and I really enjoy that and love it. So I need to make more time. I've got to reestablish that, which is one of the reasons I do have also a sketchbook coming for my Midori, because I am going to, kind of do a little, at least even a sketch some little sketch every day, because that really, I felt better when I was like that. I felt more balanced. So that would be up in the fire. In the realm of air, we have a lot of fast movement, but it is strong, active energy movement, and it's movement that is supporting of my pride or clan, as it might say. So I like that in terms of this is kind of mental work that I'm doing, but things are quick, things are moving at a good pace, things are energetic. This is how my brain feels right now, which is true. I will say my brain feels quite train-like. So then in the realm of emotions, we have a shattered mirror here, but with the bouquet. So this is interesting because the shattered mirror is about things breaking, obviously, but it's also about perception, right? It's a warning about perception. And let's take a look at that again, because that's a new one. Although I think there's a lot you can do with the shattered mirror, but let's just see what they actually called it as. So that's number 50. Misperception. It can also be reflections and disruptions, right? So there could be some misperceptions that would be disrupting happiness in the realm of relationships, and that's a good thing to know. Emotions can be being disruptive right now, and maybe not being perceived well, and so and that's going to affect overall sense of happiness and joy coming to me, right? So this type of thing is always a warning to kind of do a check-in on relationships and see how those may be being affected. So we have that. And then in the realm of earth, we have the rider and the pig. So something is coming. I prefer my riders going this way, but that's just preference. You can, obviously a rider is a rider is a rider. So, but I would say, so we have something good coming towards me, good news about opulence and luxury and, good things, resources coming on board, because this is in the realm of earth. So work and our resources and physicality of life. So that's wonderful. I'll take that, right? So that's how I might use it in terms of that way. But I like this kind of crossroads because it is not just about different directions, but it is also about decision making. So it's kind of, it gives you a chance to sort of check in with each of those and maybe influence some decisions you need to make in those different areas in your life. So, okay, I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop because I'm done. So I hope that you've enjoyed this ramble of a video for today in daily videos, and I will see you all tomorrow.